Hey guys, Creeper here, and recently Microsoft decided to release the tech preview of Windows 10, and I got to look at it, and I, I've got a few complaints and a few ideas that Microsoft could further improve their next operating system. First of all, why call it Windows 10? There's no Windows 9 yet. What this does, to me, in my opinion, is it implies that Windows 8 was a complete flop. And it's not even 2010, it's nearly 2015, and whenever it does release, it will be 2015. So, why call it Windows 10? Windows 8 was a complete failure, and anybody who's used Windows 8 or Windows 8.1 can easily agree with me that even behind the premise and idea for it, it just didn't work like it should have. My solution to this would be rename Windows 10 Windows 2015. That way it would give Microsoft another 5 years at least to develop the next software. That way they would be able to make sure that they can get every single bug out of it and make the next operating system after Windows 10 perfect. Or, in my case, Windows 2015 is the way I'm thinking. Now with Windows 2015, I've had this little idea that they should make different versions that have a different interface rather than multiple versions that just have one interface, like Windows 8 and Windows 8.1. There's no difference between Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 8.1 Pro, whatever you want to call them. There's no real difference, and there never really has been a difference in the actual user interface other than different programs being able to be implemented and certain features being accessible. My idea involves having 3 different versions of Windows 2015, including Windows Home, Windows Pro, and the third one, which would be more for editing and gaming and all that. That way it's an easier user interface on gamers because there's a giant demand for them than Windows 8. Because if you ask any gamer who uses Windows 8, they will probably 90% of the time say that they recommend Windows 7. So either call it Windows Workstation, Windows Gamer, or Windows Elite, which the Elite thing we'll get back to in a minute. For Windows Home, I believe that they should use either A, the hybrid interface of Windows 10 compared to Windows 8 that they're using now, where you have the app menu and the start menu, or improving upon Windows 8, where instead of implementing the app menu in your startup, you would be using the desktop mode and the app menu as a second option, kind of like what the hybrid interface itself is doing already. For Windows Pro, that would be for more of a business class operating system, and that one could use the same hybrid interface or go back to a classic version. Another thing that Windows Pro could include would be networking options, and I'm not saying easier to connect to a single router or something like that, or having multiple things connect to one router, because that would just be redundant. That's all based on the router. What I'm saying is between computer communications, instead of having a wire, they're able to use the same internet connection to wirelessly communicate with each other without having to have another third party. That way it would all be through a Windows program that could be implemented into this version of Windows. Another thing that Windows Pro could include would be business-based programs that are made through Microsoft, kind of like WordPad and things of that nature. That way they could have their own professional-grade products like Excel and Word, PowerPoint, all of that. Things that you would expect to find on a business computer, and including those into the OS. That way no one has to go and say, oh, well, I've got this program right here. They click on it and, oh, I need a serial number. The license should come with the operating system itself and never need to be activated unless they click it. Whenever they click it, it automatically activates it based on their operating system serial number. And the final one, the one that I've actually really thought about, Windows Workstation, Windows Gamer, or Windows Elite. And I really am opting for Windows Elite. And there's one thing that really sets this aside from all the others, and that would be the actual interface. I believe that the interface should be based on either an updated Windows 7 where there's no app mode at all, or an improved version of Windows 8. Now, don't freak out. I'm talking about within the operating system itself having a section dedicated to just Xbox Live. What this will do is you're able to link all of your Xbox Live information with your computer. That way, say somebody comes online, you can set it to where you get a notification for them coming online. Or say you run into a game like one of the Call of Duty games that allows screen capture within the game itself, or say theater mode in Black Ops 2, you're able to automatically import those replays from the game itself onto your computer through your computer. That way, it would be kind of like a capture cardless capture, basically. Another thing that I believe that should be included would be Encoder. If you don't know what Encoder is, it's a screen capture program made by Microsoft, and it is really good, except the interface is a little bit iffy. It's really hard to get used to. Whenever you finally figure out the settings, though, it works perfectly. And my final suggestion with Windows Elite would be to rebuild Windows Movie Maker, make a Windows Movie Maker Pro that comes with the operating system itself. That way, say anybody jumps right onto the computer expecting to record, they can. If somebody expects to jump right into editing, they can. And what this would allow is more professional grade videos that you could get with, say, Cyberlink or Vegas Pro with Windows Movie Maker Pro, which I believe would be a great idea. Anyways, guys, these are just my thoughts and opinions on what I believe that Microsoft should do. And if you do agree with me or have anything that you could add upon, please make sure that you tell me what you think in the comments. Please leave a like, and if you like these videos, please subscribe. Thank you guys, and later.